It's been a while since Destiny 2 got its last major expansion, Beyond Light. But players won't have to wait much longer for the next, because The Witch Queen is set to release on February 2nd, 2022. Not only will the next chapter expand heavily on the game's storyline, it's also set to include a number of additions like new weapons and crafting systems. Here's everything confirmed so far for Destiny 2: The Witch Queen. The narrative this time around sees the Guardians go up against the Hive's goddess Savathun, on her own turf, Savathun's throne world. Instead of being a physical place, however, Savathun's throne world is actually her personal dimension, controlled by and for the Hive goddess herself. Bungie recently released a visually stunning trailer showing off the new location. The throne world is described as a place where things are never as they seem. From the trailer, it looks as though Savathun and her servants will be able to alter the world on the fly, forcing players to think on their feet. This new throne world will be populated by legions of Hive Guardians. These Hive Guardians are dead Hive resurrected by Hive Ghost, creatures Savathun created using the power of light. Not so much is known about these Hive Guardians, other than the trailer shows them using powers similar to that of the player Guardians, suggesting that they will be formidable foes. Players will have to kill their Hive Ghost as well to stop them from constantly resurrecting. One of the most intriguing additions coming to Destiny 2 with the Witch Queen expansion is the new glaive category of weapons. While other melee weapons force the player into a third-person perspective, the player will remain in first person when using the glaive. Players using a glaive can expect stacking combos, as well as mid-range energy bursts to attack enemies out of swinging distance. Players who want to try out the glaive won't be able to just find it from looting dead Hive Guardians. Instead, they'll have to craft it. Crafting is not only being added into Destiny 2, but made integral to obtaining weapons in the Witch Queen expansion. Crafting will be the primary way to get throne world weapons like the glaive, and it will allow players to effectively re-roll gear for better stats. Bungie has stated that players will be able to use a combination of mods, shaders, and stat pools to customize their weapons. We don't have much information as how this crafting system will work just yet, or what types of materials certain weapons will require. However, we know from last year's Destiny 2 showcase that crafted weapons will become more powerful over time as players use them. We also know that all Throne World and seasonal weapons will be craftable when the Witch Queen launches. For players seeking an extra difficult experience, the Witch Queen will introduce a legendary difficulty mode to the game. Enemies in this mode will deal significantly more damage to players, making the respawning Hive Guardians a far more considerable threat. Respawning will also be restricted in this mode, and the overall difficulty will scale depending on how many Guardians are in your fire team. Of course, a higher difficulty level means better loot, and players can expect to be amply rewarded for their efforts when playing on Legendary. Back when the Witch Queen expansion was announced, Bungie revealed its intention to slowly alter Void, Solar, and Arc to be more in line with the Stasis Darkness subclass. With this next expansion, Bungie is planning on tackling changes to Void. A new set of keywords will be implemented across the Void subclasses, just like how Stasis utilizes Slow, Freeze, and Shatter. Here's what these new keywords entail. Suppression stuns enemies. Weaken slows enemies, causes them to take increased damage, and decreases their accuracy. Volatile. Target will explode upon taking additional damage or dying. Void Overshield. Creates a barrier that reduces damage taken. Invisibility. Players become invisible to enemies. Devour. Kills restore health, grant grenade energy, and extend ability duration. Currently, one new raid and 2 new dungeons have been announced for the Witch Queen expansion. The new raid will be released alongside the expansion and will be free to all players. The 2 new dungeons will be released over the course of 2022 and require the deluxe edition to access. At the same time, players will be treated to a weekly rotating list of raids and dungeons, both new and old. All we know so far is that the new raid will take place in the swamps of Savathun's throne world. Players will enter a sunken pyramid, where they will encounter an imprisoned ancient danger. While it would be nice for the Witch Queen to just bring in new additions, sadly some content needs to be shelved to make room. All of Tangled Shore, including its locations, will be sent to the vault on February 2nd. Everything except the Warden of Nothing's Strike, that is. The Warden of Nothing will be added to the Legends area in the Director. Seasonal content from the past 4 seasons will also be booted from the game, including their narratives, activities, and locations. This means that the number of exotic quests and their rewards will also be unavailable to complete and earn after the expansion drops. You can check out the full list of vaulted content in this article here.